Already a while that I don't post my thoughts, but it seems to me that I need, or at, existentialist abyss. This is a feeling I was in about a year ago. My efforts to be religious have raised pottery. Instead of connecting to the Creator, I felt distant from ever before. And it's not because something didn't work with the rules. Apparently it was okay. Except that I wanted sanity, a sane routine, a sane lifestyle, and I didn't find it. I started going in the direction of the default, study psychometric in a course to do a degree. It didn't really interest me. I just didn't have a way. I was shocked. I didn't understand how it could be that I would try so hard to be righteous. But should I get boxes so painful for the face? Those who at that time got me in trouble, but they also helped me. They are spiritual guides on the internet, that they offered a process of spiritual accompaniment for payment. What brought me in this process is the repeated message that the main thing in life is simplicity, happiness, and focusing on what is moving. And it worked a positive effect on me. On the other hand, since they approached people from a very personal plane, as if every person is the same, without considering the differences, in order to find them a common denominator with the other, we supposedly one with them, and there is no division at all. They went to the provinces far in the field of spirit, for complex and unlikely conclusions. It didn't take long until talking about meditation, which I knew closely. There was also talk about alien, which I also knew closely. I mean the talk, aliens I haven't met yet. It turns out that in order to live simply to their own, it is desirable to believe in a method that the world is built from countless parallel universes that we wandering around them, among them. Sounds simple to you so far? Not yet, no. And this is a message that was transmitted in communication by none other than an alien. Even if we say that indeed the same alien had humans in this communication, in which he bowed to them about the multidimension of existence, and assume it's true. What's simple about this? For a person who is in existentialistic crisis, what does he care about aliens now? What does he need to roam between parallel worlds? In spite of all the right that I have definitely to reach off, in spite of all the right that I have definitely to teach about the same spiritual guides, I certainly don't support their attitude. Make no mistake, I haven't found in the world an attitude of some stream that is right in my eyes, and yet I need to raise a criticism of this attitude. The guides for this approach present the world as a creation of imagination. The difference between reality and imagination is semantic until it doesn't exist. What is not included in the framework of the pleasant vibes? Is it possible to understand that it is actually a mistake in navigation and that it can stop existing in your experience by turning in a different direction? Where to turn to, are you asking? To where you are excites. So far there are a few points that I agree with and even took a lot from them to my life, and yet emphasis on the issue of ignoring or the bubble that the farm creates in front of what he is not willing. If a person from the line, let's say he will have to choose between a beanbag and asphalt as a comfortable sitting place, and his frame of choice will move between existing things. In the capture of the bubble world, they set them gu. Your choice moves between a beanbag and a spacecraft, even if the spacecraft doesn't exist. This is a deep conscious work, and yet what is she missing? She's missing ground, the nationals. You are the crutch. And what does a person need in an existential crisis? Hint, no more mystics. He needs more of the existence, the real one, the physical. When a person asks, why am I here? He is actually in him asking, how is it possible for me to be happy here? The same guides I have affection for, but also criticism. The personal examples I give is, make money from what you are excited about and follow your dreams. Their dreams touch a trip around the world, sounds winking. It seems to me that the person who is in an unhealthy is not healthy, and no, there's no way at a magic headquarters to move a reality. That's you. And yes, it is advisable to use imagination to identify your ambitions. But it's not the trip abroad, and it's not the imagination, and it's not the money that will make the person happy. It's not even Thanksgiving that he will express in words in the morning. I'll be even very extreme, and I'll say it's not the good deed he did. What will make a person happy and meet his existential need is his meaning in the world. I mean his connection. Here, and no one cares. It's why you're here that makes a difference. Lemma belongs to your context in the world. It's an absolute connection, not imaginary, not multidimensional, and doesn't depend on perspective. Your context is where you are in everyone's world. I went to Judaism following my superdori context, and I left here because I forgot my context. Today, I'm trying to see my connection inside the chain of generations, my private, the defined, the one who went to travel between dimensions and in the end discovered that he was always here. And thank you for being here with me. I flew. The media on Facebook is tempting to make contact, as if between my soul, direct. As if you don't need a language mediation. You are not here with me. I'm in front of the computer alone. The desire to meet the other in a means or maybe direct. Getting a stage in the spiritual format of Facebook. In people who want direct contact with the sublime or maybe simply intimacy with another person. What's called not. What I connect to the earth is recognition of time, or the healing effect of time. This is something that the same spiritual guides try to skip over. With the help of a false consciousness of everything is happening here and now. It's a claim that even if I can agree with it on some mystical plane, she doesn't hold water in reality, and that's why I think she can even be dangerous. We came into this world for a few decades. This life can pass calmly. I don't care about any excitement here and doing, even if the thrill is to write an empowering post to help in rehabilitation of the planet. I flew again, the desire to be beneficial to the global system, that is to the world, is a strong motivation in the same method. Letting things stew is crucial to me, otherwise what's with time anyway? Therefore I don't agree with the same spiritual method. And I'll even go too far to say that in my eyes it could hurt, and even very much. There is no saying to hurt people who promote the method. It is to help people who may be attracted to her to pay attention, to my opinion.